Hello everyone, it is me. It is currently 12:40 at night. It's 12:40 in the morning. I have to stay up because my sleep schedule is messed up because of work, so now I am awake and I wanted to film a quick video. My dog is coming down the stairs right now, so that's great. I'm in my basement because everyone else in my house is asleep. So we're just gonna do this video real quick because I wanted to make it. Sorry, my hair literally looks like I'm a Dane twin from A Darker Shade of Magic. It's getting to blonde, slowly but surely, but right now it literally looks like I am going to try to take over White London, so that's fine. Okay, so today I'm gonna be talking about my predictions for It Chapter 2. I just finished this book. Here we go. This last tab is the orgy scene because I wanted my brother to read it, but he won't. I just need someone else to read it so that I can scream about how horrible it was. I hated it. I hated every single second of reading it. I think I skimmed most of it because I was like, this is disgusting and I can't believe Stephen King wrote it. I understand why he wrote it. I don't like it. This is not an It review. I have to actually read it again, which I think I'm going to try to do in August. Yeah, because I want to do like a full review and then I want to compare it to the movie and I want to compare it to the miniseries and blah. So I think I'm actually going to reread it in August again before the movie comes out. I'm going to go see the movie 8 times and then talk about it. But for right now, we're just going to do predictions about Chapter 2 of It. So I have them in my handy dandy little Tom Marvolo riddle journal. This one is not a Horcrux, unfortunately. Or fortunately. I don't know. But yeah, here's predictions for It Chapter 2. I also have my Stranger Things book tag, but I don't think I'm going to do that. And then I have my Stranger Things Season 3 review, which I have to go back and rewatch it because I have to do that too. Anyway, okay, so we're going to do my predictions for It Chapter 2. This does have spoilers because I did just read the book and I've seen the miniseries. So if you haven't read the book and you haven't seen the miniseries and you don't want to know anything that happened in Chapter 2, don't watch this. Because this first one is a massive, massive spoiler. Okay, ready? Spoiler time in 5, 4, 3, 2. Live life, breathe air, I know smile, we're gonna get there. So It Chapter 2. Okay, so my first prediction is that Eddie and Stan are going to live and be happy, and Eddie's gonna go off and live a normal, happy life with Richie, and they're gonna get married because I want them to. And this one I know is not plausible, so we're just gonna move on and I'm gonna go cry after I finish this video. Anyway, okay, so that's my first prediction. Okay. My second prediction has to do with Henry Bowers. So in the first It, we saw him literally fall down a well. And in the book and in the miniseries, Henry comes back at the end because he is sent to Juniper Hill, which is an asylum, because they think that he killed all of the kids. So they send him there and he is kind of crazy because he sees a man in the moon talking to him. And unfortunately in It Chapter 1, they didn't do that. They literally just had him fall down a well. But I'm thinking that they're either going to bring in Belch or Victor to take Henry's place. It was shown that they were both a little less crazy than Henry, but I'm thinking that maybe Henry's death kind of threw them over the edge or threw one of them over the edge. My fingers crossed it's going to be Belch. I don't know. Because I don't understand how they could have any of the scenes with Mike and I think something happens to Eddie too, without having one of them. I thought it was really weird that they chose to throw Henry down the well because that is kind of a huge plot point in the second part of, you know, the book and whatever. But I am kind of hoping that they still do that, although in the trailer it's shown that Mike is walking alongside the losers at the end. There's a part in the trailer that is in the book, and it centers around Beverly, Ben, Richie, and Bill walking and seeing, Beverly sees their reflections in the glass, and I'm gonna start crying because she sees their reflections in the glass, and it is, all of the losers are together again. I'm actually crying. Oh, stop it. Oh my goodness. Anyway, all of the losers are together again, and I did my makeup specifically for this. I wasn't wearing any makeup today, and now I'm crying all my makeup off. She sees all of the losers together again, Eddie behind Richie and Stan behind Bill. But in the trailer, oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. I can't do this. Okay. But in the trailer, you see Mike, Bill, Eddie, Beverly, and Ben walking, and then they turn and they see themselves as kids all standing there again. So I'm thinking that's probably at the end of the movie when Eddie is already dead. So I think they might just have Mike in the whole thing. So it's possible that he's just, you know, they're just not going to bring in anyone. Mike's not going to get stabbed, any of that. I don't know for sure, but it is plausible. So yeah, I'm actually like emotional about this, which is a problem. Oh my goodness. I just finished the book, guys. I can't. Oh, ugh. Okay. So my third prediction is that it will be set in 2017. I'm only predicting this because originally the book is set in 1958 and 1985, or 80. Does that make sense? Yes, that does make sense. 1985. And so is the miniseries. The miniseries is set in 58 and then 85. But they made a different decision and put the kids in this new movie are set in 88 and 89. 89 is when they defeat Pennywise. So I'm thinking it'll probably be set in 2017, just because in when chapter 1 came out, it came out in 2017, 27 years after the 1990s version of it, which was like kind of symbolic. So if chapter 2 is set in 2017, then that means that is set 27 years after the 1990s miniseries came out. It has also been reported that at San Diego Comic-Con, they showed a small portion of a clip of them in the Chinese restaurant, and aside from Richie being his usual Richie self, which I am so excited about, Beverly, apparently, they haven't released the clip, which is bothering me. Like, I want to see it so badly, but Beverly, it said that she is distracted because she is looking at her smartphone. So I'm thinking it'll probably be set in 2017, and I think that's gonna be really weird but really cool. I'm kind of upset about it just because, like, I love 80s nostalgia films. Like, Stranger Things, obviously one of my favorite TV shows of all time, and that is such an 80s nostalgia. I love sorry, I started joking. I love it with all my heart. Like, I don't know. I'm wearing like my nice, this is my Richie Tozier shirt. Like, I just feel like Richie in it. But yeah, it reminds me of the 80s because of the crazy pattern. I just love the 80s. I love the 80s so much. So yeah, I'm thinking that it's gonna be set in 2017, which I'm excited about, but also kind of upset about. So we'll see what happens. My fourth prediction is that they are going to deviate from the plot even more and make Bill and Beverly endgame. I know that they have like this whole history. They're in love in the 80s, and then Beverly moves away, they break up, they forget about each other. Beverly marries a man who is a lot like her father, named Tom, and Bill marries a woman named Audra, who he loves. So I am thinking that in this new It, Bill will not marry Audra, but Beverly will probably marry Tom. And Bill and Beverly will be the love interests. I just don't see Beverly and Ben falling in love in this new one. I don't think they had enough chemistry. I don't think Beverly, like, she was just always so disappointed that it was Ben. When she found out that he wrote the postcard, he wrote the poem, he was in love with her, she was obviously bothered by it. And I think that might come back. And I think that her and Bill are going to be endgame. In the trailer, they are shown being super close, kissing, all of that. And I'm thinking, kind of hoping that they end up going down that route. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, anyway, I am just hoping that they go down that route, just because I didn't like Ben in this new one. And I feel bad saying that, but I am just not a huge fan of him at all. My fifth prediction, and it hurts me to say this, but I'm thinking they won't have Mike be an essential character. In It, Chapter 1, they take away the only interesting thing about Mike. They take away the fact that he was the historian of the group, and they give that to Ben. And I have such a problem with that, mostly because Mike is the only person of color in the entire movie, and they just take away the most important thing about him. I think that he will still be a historian in the new one, but I just don't think that he's going to be that important. He will get everyone there, and that's going to be the end of it. And I hate that. I hate that so much. But I have a feeling that's how they're going to do it. And that bothers me. That makes me really upset. But unfortunately, they did not set up a good foundation for Mike to be an important character in the next movie. They just didn't. They didn't do that. And that sucks. It sucks. I hate it. I hate it. But that's probably what's going to end up happening. Great. Right? Always great. Take away everything about a person of color. Anyway, sorry, I went off on a tangent. My sixth prediction? Sixth. My sixth prediction is that they are going to deviate from the plot in Eddie's death. In the first It, he doesn't do his little battery acid thing with his aspirator. In the book and in the miniseries, I believe, he sprays it with his aspirator because he says it's battery acid. I think they took that away from him and gave it to Bill with the gun for killing sheep. Mike said it's not loaded, but Bill believed that it was loaded, so he shot Pennywise, and that somehow injured him. That was the whole thing with the aspirator, was that Eddie was saying that it was battery acid, and he was shooting it at it, and it hurt it because the kids believed that it was battery acid. In the book, Eddie does the same thing when he's an adult, except he gets his arm bitten off by Pennywise, and that's how he dies. Obviously, they're not going to do this in the new It. They didn't do that in the miniseries either. I believe he just got stabbed through the heart or something like that. I can't remember. But I also feel, and I am so sad saying this, but I feel like they're not gonna do what the book and the miniseries did so well, and that was show Richie and Eddie's relationship. In the first It, in chapter 1, he didn't really say anything. Like, Richie never really called him Eds, and so Eddie never got to say, like, don't call me that, I hate it when you call me that, which is a huge part in the book. Like, that's his character, is him saying, like, don't call me Eds. I feel like I woke someone up. Maybe not. There might just be ghosts in my house, which is possible. Anyway, I just want to read you an excerpt from this. Sorry, this is taking me forever. Okay, so in the book, there's this part where Richie says, okay, so Eddie is dying. It says, Richie was weaving and stumbling toward him like a drunk at the end of a long, hard night. Eds, oh my god, Bill, Ben, someone, he's lost his arm, he looked up at Beverly and saw she was crying, the tears coursing down her dirty cheeks as she got an arm under him. Not bad, not bad, this is not bad at all. But there was something else he had to say first. Richie, he whispered. What? Richie was down on his hands and knees staring at him desperately. Don't call me Eds, he said, and smiled. He raised his left hand slowly and touched Richie's cheek. Richie was crying. You know, Eddie closed his eyes, thinking how to finish, and while he was still thinking it over, he died. Oh, here we go. And I don't think they're gonna do that in the new one, which I think is really, really disappointing. Because that's such a central part of his character. I'm trying to talk through the tears so that I don't start crying again. That's such a central part of his character that I think they kind of missed in the first part, and I'm crying, I'm talking through it. They missed that in the first part, and I think that that's disappointing, and I think that they're obviously going to deviate from that, which is a shame. Like, I don't feel like they should do that. I feel like they should make it so that, you know, Richie and Eddie have, like, their goodbye, and it's heartbreaking and horrible, but I feel like they have to do that. Yeah. Man, okay. Sorry, how do I look? This is so messy. Okay, so I'm gonna finish out this video. It's almost 20 minutes long, and I have to edit it and upload it tomorrow and whatever. So, okay. So then my last prediction, just one that I know is a fact, is that Eddie's death is going to mess me up. I'm not ready for it. Every time I think about going to that movie, I get this pit in my stomach, and I'm like, I shouldn't see it because I know it's gonna mess me up, and I'm not ready for it. But I have a feeling that it's going to completely mess me up, and I will go see that movie 1,000 times and cry every single time. That is my last prediction. So those are my predictions for It Chapter 2. If you guys have any, leave them down in the comments below, whatever. And yeah, let me know if you're excited for the new It. If you've seen the miniseries, how do you think, how do you think that one was? Because I didn't like it when I was a child, and now that I've watched it 1,000 times, I can honestly say that I love the miniseries. I'm going to be rereading this in It, so if you guys want me to do, like, full review for this plus the movie, just let me know. I'll be doing a full review for this, but if you want me to do, like, comparing and contrasting the movie with this or this with the miniseries, let me know. I am down. This might just become an It account. I don't know. It's taken over my life. But yeah, just let me know. And I think that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, let me know, I guess. If you want, you can go ahead and subscribe. You do you. I can't control what you want to do. And I will see you in the next video, which will hopefully be a Stranger Things review. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, bye!